what's up YouTube? Houston here. For those of you just finding my YouTube channel, welcome. Please remember to hit that subscribe button and that bell. And for those of you that's been following me and supporting me, salute. And for my favorite patrons, always, double salute. Now, today's video, we're going to be talking about how to increase your credit score fast to invest in real estate. And the reason is because a lot of people want to get into the real estate game. And the thing about it, because of the way the markets are, a lot more people, unfortunately, are starting to lose their homes to foreclosure. Unfortunately, they may have relatives that have died that had mortgages and stuff like that, and so those homes are going back to the banks, right? And so the banks don't want the homes. They want to be able to make profits. So the thing about it, they're going to really start putting a lot more homes on the market. So it's definitely an opportunity for you to take advantage to start getting your situation together to be able to buy some of these properties. That being said, now the first step, you need to set up a personal account and a checking account. Now, I know some of you guys may already have done this, right? And the thing about it is structuring your business the right way. Pick in the right NAICS code. So you don't want to pick a NAICS code that says you invest in real estate. Okay, you don't want to pick a NAICS code that says you do anything related to investing or financial or anything like that, okay? Those are high-risk NAICS codes, all right? If you need consulting on the best NAICS code, you can schedule one-on-one consultation for that, all right, by clicking the link in the description. But I wanted to emphasize that. Now, in terms of also, if you already have an existing EIN number. Now, in terms of the structure of the business, if you're doing a DBA and you're structuring it for a proper company, then you don't want to use that same EIN number, okay? Because it can actually create some confusion with the IRS, all right? So you don't want to create an audit for that. Now, opening the bank account. Now, this is so important. Not only opening up, and the good thing about it, like American Express, they offer personal accounts and business accounts now. I just made a video talking about the personal account, so if you want to see that, put a comment below, say, hey, Houston, can I see the personal account business video? All right? Now, here's the thing about it that you have to understand. I would tell you, you can have multiple banks for one company, but I would definitely make sure that I would have one of these banks that I'm associated with for my business services as well. So Chase, Capital One, Citi, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, those are the type of banks. U.S. Bank, PNC, SunTrust, which is Truist now. PNC merged with BBVA. But to think about it, you want to have a personal account and a business account. And so this is so important because what I'm about to tell you is kind of risky, but it's definitely going to help you, all right? Now, here's the thing about it when you're trying to boost your credit score. First, again, you don't, like I said, set up the business account as well. All right. Once you set up the business account, you want to go after a few net 30s. Now, I'm not a big proponent of net 30s. However, I would definitely tell you to get at least 3 or 4 net 30s. The reason is because you want net 30s that are going to be matching where the banks is reporting to as well. Okay, so they're picking up that data. All right. Now, here's the thing about it. To boost up your personal credit score, this is so important that you guys please pay attention because in this video, I'm going to break some things down to you. And I know nobody has told in any of YouTube. All right. So please pay attention. Now, I know a lot of you all know about people have told about reporting rent and stuff like that. So these are the top rent companies that you want to report past rent to. Now, if you're a person that's paying cash or you're paying with a money order, then I would tell you to set up a plastic account, PLASTIQ.com. Set up an account with them, then attach your Visa debit card or your credit card with them, and then make your rental payment through that. That way these companies can pick up that rental history. Also, here's another secret of why you want to do this, because it's going to help you age your file as well. So if you're just building up your credit and you have a thin file and you need some aging on the file, by them reporting at least 2 years, that's going to help you age your file as well. Okay, so that's a quick tip for you. Now, here's the thing about it. In terms of doing real estate investing, depending on the lenders, all right, if we're not going to be talking about mortgages yet. The reason is because I got a separate video that's going to be coming after this one that's going to actually show you how to actually get a mortgage. Okay, how to increase your credit score and get a mortgage, all right? So, but this here video, here's the thing about this here. Adding authorized users. Yes, in terms of adding authorized users, they don't work on FICO 2, 8, 2, 5, 8, and 3, okay? They don't work on those, all right? But FICO 9, and the reason is because a lot of your fintech companies, they pull from FICO 9. So you want to boost up your credit score because some of the lenders I'm going to tell you about, that's where they're pulling from. And some of these lenders, they're not even tripping off of the credit bureaus or whatever. They're just looking at your financial stability. So we're going to talk about those as well, okay? So I would definitely tell you to add the rent, add the authorized users, and there's something else you can do. All right, here's other things that you can do. You can do grow credit to add subscription. You can do perch to add subscription. Also, if you're paying car insurance, guys, car insurance, gym membership, I would reach out to these companies. Sometimes Grow Credit may not operate in all states. If they don't operate in all states, you want to check with Perch. Now, here's the thing about it. You also have Experian Boost, right? Well, Experian Boost, they just came out with Experian, I think it's Experian G or something like that. But what it is if you don't have any credit at all, right, they have the new Experian G if you don't have a credit file, period. All right. Also, TransUnion is going to be adding on your buy now, pay later accounts as well. So if you had an account with a firm or some of those other cards and stuff like that, Experian is going to be adding that on. So just to give you some heads up, so if you got those type of accounts and you wasn't planning on paying them, well, guess what? They're going to start showing up on your credit file. So I would at least pay them, all right? Now, here's the thing about it. You don't want to, if you're trying to build up your credit score the fastest to have an equal file, you don't want to just have a bunch of open revolving accounts, okay? You want to have a loan on there, so a pledge loan, credit builder loan. I made a couple videos of some of the best credit builder loans, so if you want to see that video, put a comment below, hey, can I see that credit builder loan? Now, again, we talked about authorized users. If you use your debit card a lot, now, I've always talked about this, the extra credit card app, right? And so you download it on your phone and hooks it up with your bank account, and so it reports all your debit card transactions to the credit bureau, right? Now, again, we talked about the rental. Now, those are some of the things you can do to boost up your credit score besides like removing the inquiries. You can definitely remove inquiries, and that's going to boost up your credit score, okay? Well, step two is so important because now, once you have added those things, and I know you're like, well, what about removing other items, charge-offs and stuff like that? No, we're not trying to do that yet. What we're trying to do, we're trying to get as many positive trade lines as possible to help boost up the credit score as quick as possible. Now, step two, we're going to go after lenders that do not focus on the credit score. So they're not going to look at the credit score, okay? So in terms of what they're going to look at is how long you've been on the job, how much income you have, how long you've been at your resident. That's what they look at. So this is why. Now, in terms of these type of loans, yes, they are high interest loans. However, we're going to be using this money to give us some leverage, okay? And so one of the things that we're going to be using this money for to give us leverage, so say that you have a high DTI, debt to income ratio, you have high limits, okay? So you don't have bad credit, you just have high limits. So you want to take this money and you want to pay down your credit cards, okay? So paying your credit cards down, then you can request a increase on your credit cards. Now we're going to talk more about that, so just one moment, but I just want to talk about these few loans. Now, you have credit loans you can also apply for. If you have bad credit, they'll loan up to $5,000, okay? But again, they're not looking at your personal credit. How long you've been on a job, what's your income, how long you've been at your resident, right? You have to have a bank account. However, they state that they do a 90% approval chance, right? Now, unfortunately, they're not available in New York and Connecticut, but they loan up to $40,000. That's the reason that I was telling you to add those trade lines. Now, again, the reason we wanting this money, okay, we want to boost up our credit score as fast as possible. So the way to do that, again, taking the money and paying down your revolving credit cards. That's what we want to do. Pay down your revolving credit card. That's going to jump up your credit score immediately, okay? I wouldn't say immediately overnight because, again, it still has to be in the system so the system can pick it up. But at the same time, once those credit cards are paid down, then you want to call up your lender. Like if you have a not American Express, but say that you have a Navy Federal credit card, you paid it down or whatever, then you can do a request an automatic increase on your phone or whatever. However, like with your other lenders and stuff like that, you may have to get them on the phone and after you pay it down and request a credit line increase, all right? So again, that's going to help boost up your credit score because you're trying to go after more funding, but the funding you're going after, mainly, you're going to be going after business funding, all right? Now, here's the thing. Once you have got those credit line increases, now this is the tricky part, so you got to pay attention here. What you want to do, you want to take that money out after the billing date, take that money out and put it over into your business checking account, okay? Then you want it to stay there for at least the maximum amount of time, that's probably like 28, 29 days, okay? Before that next billing cycle come around. Then you want to take that money back out of your business bank account and put it back into your personal check, back into on your credit card. Paying your credit card down, okay? Now, because you're actually maxing out your credit card and you're putting the money into your bank account, then taking the money out of your bank account and paying back your credit, now the creditors, they looking at this showing that you're actually maxing out your accounts, right? So then when you apply for business credit card, they see that you have high deposits, okay, and this is another thing I want to add to that because, again, we're trying to do real estate investing. We're trying to get as much money as possible, right? So we want to make sure that we're making weekly deposits as well, all right? That's so important. But here's the good thing about this. By you utilizing this money, again, paying down the debt and getting a credit line increase, taking that money from the credit card after the billing date, taking that money, depositing over to your business bank account. When you deposit the money over into your business bank account, this is building up the business credit as well. Okay, then you can apply for some business credit cards. Once you start getting approved for business credit cards, take the money before the due date on the credit card and put that money back into the account. That way, your utilization isn't affected. Okay. So now you have this back and forth game, and now you're starting to get larger lines of credit, okay, to help you with your real estate investing, all right? Now, here's another card that don't really focus on the credit score. This is the Patel. They don't worry about the credit score, no annual fees. The Patel one is for bad credit, so $300 to $5,000. Then The Patel 2 goes from 300 to 10,000. All right. Again, the purpose of you wanting this money is to pay down all your credit card debt, right? Your existing credit card debt, and then getting the credit line increase, moving the money over to your business bank account to show strong deposits and everything. Another thing that's what's going to happen, because you're continuing to show strong deposit into your business bank account, then you can go after other business credit cards that use FICO 9 as well. Things like Divvy or what's that other one? Capital One Tap. All right. So, but like I said, you still can go after your traditional business bank accounts, but this is something we're just using as a strategy to make sure that you get the maximum amount of money. Now, I also have another video that I'll be releasing, and that's going to actually show you how to give up to $100,000 for business funding. All right, so we'll have that video releasing as well. And again, guys, you have to excuse me for not posting videos, like I said, because I lost my brother, I lost my friend, my mentor, and my cousin all in a 2-week span. So it just knocked the breath out of me, and it just made me to where I really didn't want to make videos at the moment. But now I'm back, and I'm refreshed. And so definitely I'm trying to put out the best content so that you guys can leverage this, okay? Now, here's the thing about it. Once you start getting some business credit cards and higher limit credit cards, all right, now you want to address the credit report, all right? And this is what you want to do. So that if there's any negative items out there, any collections accounts you never addressed or whatever, you want to put a credit lock on your file so those things don't pop up. Okay, you don't want to put a credit freeze because that's going to slow you down from applying for credit cards. You want to do a credit lock. Okay, now we're going to talk about in terms of doing this in more detail on how to actually buy a mortgage, right? But I just want you all to briefly understand this here. Now, some of the credit freeze bureaus that you want to do is Clarity, which is owned by Experian, DataX, Equifax, Trust Factor, TransUnion, CoreLogic, LexisNexis, and ARS. All right, but you want to do these steps later. First, you want to add on the positive trade lines. You want to apply for some credit cards, some funding, pay down your utilization, then start getting some business credit cards and stuff before you put that block on your credit file. And then if you want to work on freezing the credit file, again, we're going to talk more about that in a separate video. Now, also, this is very important. In terms of when fixing the credit, we're going to talk about in terms of removing addresses and stuff like that, in terms of why it's important to help you to permanently help your credit score increase. All right. So we're also going to talk about the understanding of using the 1099-C to remove charge-offs in another video. So if you have any questions about business credit, personal credit, how to get funding, if you need to understand the real difference between your FICO score and your FICO 8 and your FICO 9 and your FICO 5, then click the link in the description, schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.